Hello, how you doing? My name is Mauricio from Mauricio Merino Photography, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how shutter speed, aperture, and ISO affect your photos. Shutter speed. So what's shutter speed? It's the time in which the curtain of the camera stays open. As you can see here in this diagram, it's a diagram of the curtain that opens when you press the shutter button. That curtain opens just like a regular curtain in a window. It opens and exposes light into the sensor, which that's what writes and it creates the image. So you have different types of shutter speeds. You have fast shutter speeds like 1/200 of a second to 1/800, 1/4000. You have a bunch of slow ones are 1/10, 1/15. With fast shutter speed, you can freeze images, you can freeze action. So as you can see here is fast speed photography that I did with water balloons. You can also see I caught here these birds in mid air flying with fast shutter speeds. Over here there's another bird I caught. This one I did, the shutter speed here was 1/1600 of a second. That means that it was really fast. This dog right here, he was playing fetch with his owner, and I was able to get him in action and freeze that moment. But with slow shutter speeds, you can create blurs, make the water smooth, and trails of light. As you can see here in this image, I caught a cab in movement, but everything else was blurred. Over here I created a 94-second long exposure. I just let the sensor, the curtain open for 94 seconds. Over here the curtain open for 60 seconds, creating that smooth effect on the water. And with lights, like traffic lights with cars, you could create those streaks whenever you leave the sensor open. What's aperture? It's the unit of measurement that defines the size of the opening in the lens that can be adjusted to control the amount of light reaching the film or the digital sensor. A bunch of words. This is measured in f-stops. It's just at how big the opening of your lens is. If it opens really wide or if it opens really narrow, and that you can manage through the settings in your camera, through the aperture settings. So with wide apertures, you can create shallow depth of fields, blurs, bokeh, and you're gonna see examples right now. Over here in this video, you can see the bokeh on the back. You see the light. Bokeh is that circle that you create by wide apertures, as you can see over here. It's a really nice bokeh on the back of this image. Over here you can see it too. You can see a lot of blurs too, and really shallow depth of field, really nice. With aperture numbers like f9, your whole image it's sharper. Everything in the image is sharp. There's no blurs. It's often used for advertisement, like in this example right here. So again, wide apertures, you have bokeh, created blurs, shallow depth of field, and more light goes into the sensor. With narrow, you have everything more sharp, less blurs, more depth of field, and less light goes in. ISO is how sensitive your camera is to light. So on the DSLR cameras, the ISO ranges from 100 to 8000. On some cameras it goes down to 50. At low ISO numbers, your image looks sharper, better quality. It doesn't have grain on it, but with high ISO numbers, your image looks grainier, and it just looks with lower quality. As you can see, here's an example of a ISO 100. The image is clear, there's no grain, really great quality. But as you can see on this image right here, you can see that it has grain, it's not as sharp, and it's shot at 6400 ISO. So you know, it's to have better quality images, it's better to stay a low ISO. So in summary, shutter speed is the time in which the shutter opens, exposing the sensor, and then it closes back. You can freeze motion by fast shutter speeds, and you can create blurs with slow shutter speeds. So why is that? That happens because whenever you press on the shutter speed on your shutter button, the curtain protecting the sensor opens. So if you have a fast shutter speed, it will open and close immediately, so then it doesn't give a chance to record motion. That's why you freeze water, you can freeze animals flying, like birds flying, but then creating motion, that means that your shutter speed is slower, so then this is the curtain of your sensor. Once you press that shutter button, you open it, it opens, and then because it takes longer to close, then your sensor is just recording everything that's going on until it closes, and that's why you get all those blurs. The apertures, wide apertures, that'll be 1.2, 1.4, 1.8, all those low numbers. They will create blurs, they'll create bokeh. You will see, you know, whenever you see a picture that has a lot of like the subject is sharp, but then everything else is blurred, you can create those things with those apertures. But the high apertures, f11, f13, you actually make everything sharper. So it just depends on what you're trying to accomplish with your photo. With ISO, I recommend that you always try to stay on the lowest number of ISO. That will be because your picture will be sharper. It will look with a better quality. I recommend that you try your best not to bump your ISO unless you really have to. Sometimes, I mean, most of the times indoors is when you bump your ISO, and if you're not using the flash to fill in the lights, then you're gonna have to bump your ISO, and you know. But nowadays, like, cameras are great. Just depends on the camera that you have. They work great on low light situations. I have a 5D Mark III, and it's really good. I can bump that up to like 2000, and it will still be a decent quality photo. So my recommendation is just to always try to keep your ISO low, so your image will look better, will be a better quality image. I hope that with this video I was able to help you understand a little more how to use these things, and also, like, you know, try yourself, just mess with your camera, try different shutter speeds, different apertures, the ISOs, and you can, you know, create, you know, photography is really about just, you know, creating what you have in your mind, what you want to show the world. It's not like there's no rules. To me, in my opinion, there's no rules to photography. You can do whatever it is that you want. So I encourage you to just mess around with the camera and take in whatever I have taught you in this video, and then just, you know, come up with your own things, come up with your own photos. So if you have any questions, you're more welcome to comment, or if you have any ideas, anything that you want me to explain better, or anything that you want to know, feel more than welcome to leave a comment and let me know, and I'll be more than happy to make a video about it. So I'll see you on my next video very soon. Have a great day.